It's the first week of the new year, and today I'm joined by my buddy Roland, and we are in Warnsveld to shoot the Vrijhof 3D course. It's cloudy and windy, and there's a very big chance of rainfall. Let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that our filming equipment will hold out. The Vrijhof is a state monument country house built in 1932, designed in English cottage style. We start off the course at the garden house, which is also designed in the same English cottage style. The owner of this wonderful estate has set up some targets in the surrounding woods, and we're lucky that she's kind enough to invite archers onto her property to shoot this beautiful course and have a great time.
Ja. Wacht even. Vandaag zijn we bij de Vrijhof. Lekker 3D parcoursje schieten. We hebben nu mooi weer. Wel regen gehad, maar bij de Vrijhof.
We set out to the Vrijhof with the intention to shoot our first video on 3D archery. As we have little experience using our cameras, you may have noticed that some shots, in particular the impact shots, are filmed with the incorrect settings. This was a pain in the butt to edit, so I hope this won't be all too distracting. From now on, we will always double check our cameras. The owner of this beautiful place has a few animals walking around on the estate. Some goats, 5 shelter dogs and 2 horses. We've barely started the course and the old steeds were very interested in what these 2 funky looking fellas were doing here.
Gaat best goed dat kantelen.
If you ever happen to be in a zombie apocalypse and have to hunt for your own food, geese are a very good option. Unlike other waterfowl, they only feed on grass. This can be quite handy if you live in an urbanized area, for instance, where most birds feed on bread and fries.
Zo, die flatcheck, jongen. Lijkt alsof het keihard heeft geregend. Deze is dry, deze is wet.
The lonesome snail. Estimating the distance at short range can be quite tricky, especially when it's a tiny target, like this snail for instance. The most important thing in 3D archery is to estimate the distances correctly, in order to set up a good shot and hit the target with the first arrow. Sometimes you guessed it wrong, and you're way off, and in some cases you'll have to rake the bush and dig into the ground to search for your arrows. precipitation went from a light drizzle to an actual rain shower. In fact, from this moment it never even stopped raining. Luckily for our camera lenses, we were approaching some targets under the trees and we could somewhat film out of the rain. Watch me smoke my buddy on this target without sights or a release. This time, Trad wins.
Ah.
Fallow deer. They're my favorite of all deer. I love their palmed antlers, and we used to see them more often in this country back when I was a kid. This is quite a tricky shot. There's another buck bedding in front of him. So you have to aim on the bedding buck in front and just trust your gut.
Juist. Die was goed, hè?
Wat echt brood zou zijn.
Je had ons al door uit. Pheasants are a pain in the butt to get close to, and they're very easily spooked, like all galliforms tend to be. I see them a lot when I go out fishing, and often try to stalk up on them. Successfully sneaking up on one is hard, but I also seem to have a hard time hitting one with an arrow. It's very convenient to film yourself doing a sport. It really helps improving your skill, but also helps improving your equipment. In this shot, I saw that my first arrow was knuckleballing, but my second arrow flies straight. Finally, we arrive at the wooden tower. I've heard a lot about this from other archers that I've met at 3D shoots. The tower simulates a hunt from a tree stand, which most bow hunters will do for white-tailed deer and such. But we are here targeting a sounder of wild boar, feeding on acorns and grass roots.
Voor de duif. Let's go.
Our next target is the hare. If we do our best, we'll be eating coney stew tonight, something Sam Gamgee would be very proud of. But don't forget the taters.
Waar zit hij erop, man? Je messie bij je.
I've actually been very fortunate to see a snowy owl in my country. This was almost 20 years ago, back when I was an aspiring birder. You'd shoot anything if you would be starving to death, though I can't imagine shooting a bird like that. And I still can't because I missed it twice. As the rainfall gets heavier, also our lenses get foggier. Whilst the weather does not break our spirits, it does make efforts to break our filming equipment. We weren't even able to film us shooting the last target, which was this lonesome plains bison. Anyways, always come prepared and know that there's so many things you simply cannot control. When nature throws its hardships on the way, you would just have to go along with the ride and enjoy.